Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is the Red Horde, and we're here to watch Wrexham today against Rotherham. Yes, I am not Shaun Driver. The great Shaun Driver is somewhere, I believe, in England. I'm not sure that he got tickets to this game. I haven't heard from him. Hopefully, that's because he's really enjoying himself. Maybe he's scrambling to get there last minute and get into the game. Otherwise, he's sitting back, probably in Doncaster watching this. Maybe he'll join in. We will see. We got a bunch of people here already. Of course, Deandra's in the chat. M, nice to see you. All the other regulars are trickling in. Strange Realities and Will and Gamer and Jason Smith and Des, Stephen Reed. Everyone's getting here nice and early. Excited for this game. We need this one. I think Gamer brought it up earlier. We'll go to the table at some point, but Stockport played Charlotte, two teams battling for spots in the playoffs, and they drew today, which is good. So both of them dropping points give us a little bit more of a cushion. Presuming we win today, that'll put us in decent position. We'll go over that shortly. Let me see. See what I can bring in here. What's going on with this one? All right. Always like jumping in and seeing a little bit of the warm-up. Yeah. Shaun could be asleep if he was in Vancouver, but he is not. He is somewhere in England, right? So it's 3:00 there for them, so he better not be sleeping. Hey, Rocker Chick, nice to see you. Excuse me. So pretty warm there today. 63 Fahrenheit. What's that? Just a little over 17 Celsius. So, yeah, I mean, they have a really nice day there. I'm going to switch to the lineup. So, looking at Arthur, Max, EOC, and TOC, Ryan Longman, Matty James, Elliot Lee, in for Dobson, who I think's a little banged up, Ollie Rathbone, Seb Revan. Not sure how what McLean South is. McLean South, I mean, he had a hip injury, so I don't know if he's back to 100% or not. Sam Smith, Jay Rodriguez. So let's talk about the lineup for a second. Hey, let go. A lot of people clamoring that if Jay Rodriguez doesn't start to get more productive, then there should be a sub there. I guess I really can't see anybody other than Marriott, I think. Then you'd have two guys that are really hustling, him and Smith, making things happen. I mean, as far as a stand-up man, Marriott isn't that. Neither is Mullen, even if you were thinking of putting him in. I think our time with Palmer is pretty much done. Fall has been looking progressively better. That would be interesting. I don't know. I don't think Rodriguez has had enough time yet to make a decision that he isn't effective. When I see him out there, the eye test for me is he's making things happen. He just hasn't had the ball in too many positions where he could do something with it. He had a blast from real deep in last game, and he put a move on that ball. I mean, I think he's got the quality to deserve to be out there. I think at times he and Smith have been a little at odds about where everyone should be and how the offense should flow. Hopefully he's getting on track. I think our best bet is to let him settle in, give him every opportunity, presume he's not hurting the team. And I think that could have the best payoff. For me, though, after that, I would be, I mean, the sooner you get Fletcher in, the better, right? But if you're saying to start the game, I don't know. I mean, I like bringing Marriott in, but Smith doesn't need to get pulled in most games. So I don't know. I mean, I love Fletcher being the super sub when he comes on with energy and everyone else is a little gassed. I think that gives him that extra edge along with his quality. So I don't think you want to start Fletcher, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Steven's not a Rodriguez fan. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Deandra. Deandra, you and I, right? Barney not being in and Longman being in. Please make that make sense for me, right? So hear me out on this. If Barney has had what? He's played most games, right? He's had maybe one not good game and one so-so game. Other than that, he's been at least good to great. If you take Barney's best 5-6 games this year, all of those are better than any performance that Longman's put in so far, in my opinion. Barney didn't do something that was worthy of him being replaced. And I didn't think he was hurt, so I didn't think it was mandatory. Now, that being said, I think Longman's a good player. Ideally, I'd like him out there. But to supplant Barney, like he and Ollie Rathbone have been the guys in Max. Sorry, I forgot all about Max. But I don't know how you can question keeping those guys off the field. Longman's been very good, one of the better players at times, but certainly not better than Barney. Doesn't make sense to me. I think Barney's definitely a better crosser of the ball. And what I can't understand is if he's a natural lefty, why isn't he over and in for McLean instead of Seb Revan? Now, again, I have to give Revan his credit. He's been coming along considerably better than, earlier on in the season. I wouldn't say that Revan should be in over McLean. I could see you wanting to, even if McLean's back, maybe you think Longman is slightly more of an offensive threat, although McLean does have goals. He's very good at crossing the ball. He can use his off foot to do so as well. He knows all the dark arts, and he's very good defensively. So, I'm obviously a huge McLean fan. I want him in there, but yeah, tell me what you guys think. Hey, Drew, nice to see you. Yeah, I mean, getting Marriott out there more is a good thing. I just wonder if we can somehow shift in some of these, someone like Marriott in for one of the midfielders and just have more attackers, right? Like Marriott could play that attacking midfielder role, I think, pretty well. He's very active. He's got plenty of skills with the ball. Aggressive. So getting another person like that out there wouldn't be bad. That doesn't mean I would sub out Rathbone for that. But in this current lineup, you get Matty James, Lee, and Rathbone. If Lee is the attacking midfielder, he's shading that way more than Rathbone, then Lee coming out, Marriott going in, I'm good with. Lee's been off his game again. It's been like 2 years in a row where he starts hot and then peters off as the season goes on, at least in my opinion. Yeah. So let's quickly go to the table. Thanks to the Stockport Charlton draw today. Birmingham at the top, they're pretty much untouchable. 76 games, at least a game in hand on most teams, 3 games in hand on Stockport. Wickham at 67, us at 65, so we're 2 behind. Hopefully we make a move today. They have Posh. That's a team that they could drop some points to. Cross our fingers, hope for a posh draw, or the win would just be fantastic, right? Wrexham have to win this game. We got to get 3 points today. I mean, this is a winnable game. It's at home. We need this momentum. Yeah, it has to happen today. Stockport at 62 points, so they're 3 behind, but we have 2 in hand until we play today's game. Then we'll just have 1 in hand. So we could go from 3 to 6 points ahead with a game in hand. That would be a good position to be in before we go play them in a couple weeks. Although we still have to play Wickham first too. Charlotte now is 5 points back, and after today's game, we won't have a game in hand on them, but hopefully with 3 points, we'll extend our lead to 8 over them. Hey, Mertlin, nice to see you. Sharky, nice. Glad you're here. And then following that up, we got Huddersfield at 58, Bolton at 57, and Reading today drew. So they did not gain much. They're down there at 55 points. So again, most of those teams, 10 points, Reading being 10 points behind. We have to play them next week. They're obviously a good team. They like slaying giants. And, at times you'd think maybe if they had slightly better management and things were slightly more stable over there, they could make a better run at it. I don't know if I'd use that excuse. It looks like their team uses that to galvanize them, and maybe that's helping them play better. Maybe the wrong management has helped as opposed to hurt. Who knows? Obviously, they wanted to go out and get more players, and they haven't been able to do that. But getting players and subbing them in doesn't mean that they're not going to. You can't guarantee chemistry, and that they'll play well for you, right? What are you saying here, Deandra? Make up time. What game? Yeah, games in hand and stuff. All right, so let's see here. Switch back to me for a second. I'm going to go to Discord. Andy's given us some great stuff. Want to bring some of that up. What do we have? About 12 minutes before the game starts. So one of Andy's many great graphics here is a great slice of a lot of the top teams, and this is the rest of their March. So he's showing Wickham playing Peterborough today, then nothing on Tuesday, then Wrexham on the 15th, and then Rotherham, Huddersfield, Lincoln. So Huddersfield's obviously good. Peterborough, you can't sleep on them. Lincoln's been sneaky at times this year, coming up and playing really well against good teams. Hopefully that will happen against Wickham. Wrexham obviously has Rotherham today, Reading on Tuesday. Obviously going to be a challenging game. Wickham, that's the game that'll probably really decide things on whether or not we can get that auto promotion. Stockport, will then be the next most important game after the Wickham game, you'd figure, and then Exeter City. So we got a lot of work to do here to finish off this month. They have the other team. Stockport has Charlton, Bolton, us, and Burton Albion, and then everyone else. I mean, if they went on a real hot streak and we didn't take care of business, all of them could come challenge. But for right now, I think we just need to stay focused on getting as many points as possible and making sure we beat Wickham and Stockport. Along the same lines, to finish out the year, finish out April, Wickham's looking at Shrewsbury, Reading, Stevenage, Bolton, Charlton, Leyton Orient, in Stockport. So 2 definite challenging games for them. And then 3 others that could be interesting. Reading, Charlton, Leyton Orient could all sneak up, even maybe Stevenage, and steal some points from them. But Bolton and Stockport will be their biggest challenges there. And then to finish it off, we have Cambridge, Burton, Wigan, Bristol, Blackport, and then Charlton and Lincoln. That's a pretty good run in. Charlton and Lincoln, hopefully they'll be out of it at that point and don't have a ton to play for. And then those games look a lot easier. Looks like good place to be. Stockport has Stevenage, Exeter, Rotherham, Peterborough United, Huddersfield, Lincoln, and Wickham. That is quite a challenging finish for them with Peterborough, Huddersfield, Lincoln, Wickham down the stretch. So that's why I'm not as worried about Stockport as maybe others are. And then, of course, Stephen's typical chart's really good. Oh, I've been doing all this without showing any of it. Are you kidding me? Off my game today. So here's Stephen's regular chart. What I was showing before to myself, apparently, not the rest of you guys. I was showing Stephen has charts. If you join our Discord, Andy puts up great stuff here. So he shows all the games coming inbound for all the top teams. All right, so I am going to go back to the table. Hey, RKO, nice to see you. What are we looking at? We're looking at 8 or so minutes before the game starts. One moment. I'm going to jump over, see what's going on in the main feed here. Also, what can I see on X? Hey, W&G, nice to see you. All right, there's the lineup again for anyone who missed it earlier. What I didn't mention when I was going over it is Howard, Scar, McLean, Evans, Barney, Fletcher, and Marriott. Obviously, Evans being there is due to Dobson being out and Lee being in. Lee's been the guy that's been on the bench, kind of in that midfield role. So now he's in the game to start, and we have Evans on the bench. So again, with Evans being on the bench, he's more of a replacement for Matty James. Granted, he can play at other positions, but he's not so much of a goal threat. If you're going to sub Evans in, you're not thinking, okay, we're making a push to try to get that extra goal or to try to break a draw or catch up, right? He's largely more of a defensive midfielder. So that's where my point earlier about maybe that's where you see Marriott coming in a little early and ending up in the midfield could work. Also, we have guys like McLean and that you could bring in and put Revan towards the center, or Longman and bring in Barnett. So they can bring in more goal threats instead of bringing in Evans in the midfield. Not that I'm against him. He's a good quality player. It's just if we need a goal, that's maybe not the sub to go with. All right, so let's see what else. There were some other good pictures and things. I'll go through on X here. Mr. Lee. Mr. Rodriguez, Steven's favorite player. Sharky, all the subs, yeah. It's not on the screen, but it's Howard, Scar, McLean, Evans, Barnett, Fletcher, and Marriott. What else? There was a lot of good pictures up here. This is an image I haven't seen before. Is it showing up well? Let's see. Yeah, kind of well. Because you usually see the view from the other side. Excuse me, but it's great to see this angle. The field earlier today. Else did that's a promo one going back. Thomas, nice to see you. 3-1 win today. I know we've been doing that 3-1 number for a while now. It seems like a bunch of games, and we're just we haven't been getting it. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Yeah. Boy, would I really love a goal explosion, here, and feel like we're getting on the right page, right? Like, Smith's been working hard. He could get a goal. Rodriguez, I'd love to see him start feeling like he's in it more, a goal or two for him, and get Marriott back in the game, right? Like, Fletcher's definitely in the groove. If Fletcher scores another goal, I'm not complaining. But if I'm picking guys, I want to see Rodriguez get his goal. I want to see Marriott. So we feel like we got a bunch of guys in the mix there and threatening and feeling good about themselves. I'm going to quickly, while I'm showing that on the screen, I'm going to quickly try to get my Paramount feed going so that in case it's ahead of iFollow, I can be at the latest spot so that people do not spoil it for us. W&G will be bringing us the latest. I know he's in the chat, but I will have the little scoreboard up. Remind me if the scoreboard is not up to date. It resets. It shows random stuff every once in a while. So please keep me honest there. Okay, let's see how Paramount's doing today. Looks like Rotherham brought some fans. That area is pretty packed, it looks like. Hey, Denise, great to see you. Woody, glad you're here. Ooh, thanks. Woody doing the reverse jinx, getting us all worried about today's game. Giselle, great to see you. And there's Dave Foster swooping in at the last moment. Dave, I may contact you later. For those of you who are not aware, we're trying to plan a movie watch along. Oh, teams are coming out, by the way, on the Paramount feed. And I did some testing quite successfully last night. I just want to run one or more tests, and I definitely want to test with Deandra since she's going to be the star of that show. So yeah, I'll reach out to you guys and maybe set up a test tomorrow after the women's game. Hopefully I can get a hold of Shaun and he can put a link up for us, and that way we can do the Cardiff game tomorrow. Kanye, nice to see you. Yeah, don't pay again. Yeah, kind of just come all the way out. Go, and then when you come back onto the page, go over to the subscribers section. And when you're in the subscribers section, Kanye, just view your subscriptions. Then when you go back, the link will say just watch now, and you'll be good. That happens occasionally. You didn't do anything wrong. That's just what it is. All right, Dave. Have a good one if we don't hear from you again. Stephen Reed with the 2-1 prediction. Hello, Mom. My mother's in the chat. Michelle Farrell there. They're showing the lineup. Both teams are out on the field. They're getting ready. Toasty and Wrexham. Yeah, I know. It's greater than 17 degrees Celsius there, which is greater than 63 Fahrenheit. And what do you got in Ohio? I have about 39 Fahrenheit, which is not even 4 degrees Celsius, I think. So you just got snow last night after being 50. Yeah, that happens, especially in New England too, where we get in the mid 40s or near 50, and everyone's getting in their t-shirts and shorts, and putting all their winter gear away, and then we'll get a snowstorm. So, all right, what are we looking at? I'm going to jump to the main screen, get ready for the start of this game here. Paramount feeds a little bit ahead here. I'll be able to figure out how soon ahead it is. Wild and Free Canadian, nice to see you. Steven's going to be back at half. 14 on the West Coast. Wow. And Rotherham's over the ball, and they're away. Wrexham in the red. Looks like we'll be heading towards the tech end in the second half. So we're heading towards the cop at the moment. Ball's being knocked around. Revan tries to clear, gets knocked back out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Arthur. Hello, Julie. Nice to see you. Swoosh Kid. Just in time for the start of the game. All right, 33. Wow, maybe a 10 or 11 second difference on my. No, I'm able to catch it up. No, it's about 9 seconds now. Yeah, iFollow's about 9 seconds behind. So with my delay in streaming to you, I might be a second or two ahead. But I think this will work for us. Let's see, 15, yeah. Deandra getting us started with the chance. 5-0. Sharky, I like that energy. We have not had like a massive goal scoring output, and I don't know. Let's see what Rotherham's defense looks like. I don't know if this is the team to have that kind of outcome, but that certainly would be great. Rathbone and Longman aren't able to corral it over on the right. Ball goes out. It's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in for Rotherham here. Ball's being knocked around at midfield. Ball's knocked ahead. Not a great position. Revan comes over. Bad pass by Rotherham player trying to make a great lead pass to the next player, but Revan's able to pick it off. He's usually not that far back and that this far over on the opposite side of midfield, but it was key at that point. Oh, Ryan Longman just gets taken out by the defender. No call. Fights his way back, gets on the ball. He's being bodied and gets kicked out. Is that a throw-in? Cheeky play by the defender. Gets a throw-in instead of a corner. There's the man, the myth, the legend, Shaun Driver in the chat. He's at a family dinner. Who planned that dinner? It's going to be TOC, who's been doing quite well with the corners in the last game. Hopefully he can get the same height and curl as he's been getting here. Not bad, a little deep. No one coming in. That's usually where McLean can be found. No one there. Lee was in such a physical battle. He couldn't separate himself from his guy and make a play on it. Plus, he's also looking into the sun there. That looks like it might be challenging on corners from that side. Mateus. Porto Alegria. In South Brazil. Well, we're glad you joined. Welcome. We've had people from Brazil here before. Close. Rotherham unable to do anything with the ball there. We knock it out. It's going to give them a corner. It is Mateus, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't want to butcher names. My Portuguese friends would be yelling at me. All right, here we go. 4:40 mark corner for Rotherham. It's going to be an in-swinger. Here they go. It's tight right at Arthur. Catches it. Rotherham defenders are just not allowing him to kick the ball. Clark Harris is just standing in front of him so that he can't kick it. I don't know why the ref's not doing anything about it. Clark Harris still pressuring. Hey, pretty good kick by Arthur. Pretty deep, good air under it. Gives guys a chance to get under it. Rodriguez fighting for it. There's Lee, chops it ahead to Smith. Smith tries to head it, gets it wide. Keeper has to come out. Was still going to be a tough angle from the far left side once Smith got to that, but a little dangerous there. Their keeper's paying attention, got out there, cut that off. Longman fighting on the left, stopping Rotherham from being able to get any traction over there. It's going to be a throw-in. Max knocks the ball out and takes the player down. Nice. Hey, Vince. Nice to see you. It's going to be another throw-in on a left side here, on Rotherham's left side. There's the throw-in towards the box. Ball's being headed around. Rotherham just outside the box, kicks it. It's more of a pass than it was a shot, and it was a good 3-4 meters wide left. Hey, Dad, how are you? Yeah, no threat there. Goal kick again. Let's see, how many people do we have in here so far? We're climbing up. We got almost 80 in the chat. I was kind of surprised. I thought we'd have more people today on a 10 o'clock game, but everyone seems a little late to the game. David Wood in the house, and so is John Lane. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, John, you'd like to see them be a little bit sharper defensively. That was a little bit worrying where they should have had a breakaway and didn't. But Revan did cut it off, so hopefully we won't see anything like that again. But I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more energy. Not that we're super slow, but so it was a free kick there. It was long and deep to the far right side, and Revan was able to get there. He headed it out to be safe, and unfortunately gave them a corner. So, I mean, I guess you probably could have handled that a little differently. Ideally, he could have headed it towards the sideline, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So now they're going to defend a corner. They have a totally different setup this time on the corners. It's another in-swinger. They charge. Ball's headed away by Rodriguez. It goes out to Smith. Smith's charging down the left side, pretty double-teamed. He gets banged. He drops to the ground. It's in a little bit of a flop there, trying to get a call. He was too far ahead and there were too many defenders back to do much there. Tried to make something happen. Throwing at midfield for Rotherham. Was someone? Oh yes, Shaun is somewhere at a family dinner with his phone on his lap, and when his wife isn't looking at him, he's chatting to us and watching the game. Should we be worried? No, I'm not worried yet, David. Hopefully, we're just settling in. Um, you know, ball's going back and forth. Not worried at the moment, that's for sure. I mean, we're not even 10 minutes in yet, coming up on the 10-minute mark. I would say that this defense doesn't, at first glance, doesn't look as stout as what we faced the last couple of games. And what I mean by that is they don't, in general, they don't seem super disciplined with a high line or anything. They seem to just play a couple players back, so they're looking to be offensive. It seems they have their wing defenders up ahead, so I think that's going to suit us well on the counterattack. Very good defense by Longman over there. He and Max and Rathbone handle it pretty well, but Evans is a fighter there. Oh, no, they're going to give a free kick. Max takes out, not sure who that is for Rotherham. It's going to be the equivalent of a corner. It's outside the box by a meter or two. Not a great play by Max. He had an opportunity to clear it. Played the ball too soft over to Rathbone that allowed James to sneak up and make that a lot more difficult than it was. It's going to be an outswinger. Rotherham like stacking guys and then charging in towards the keeper. That's what they're doing. Ball gets headed away by Rathbone. Smith's trying to get out there. Oh, yes. Ball was blocked. Smith's one-on-one with a guy. Ball goes all the way back to the keeper, though. Had a slight opportunity there. Wrexham with the ball. Lee makes a good play, plays it off a Rotherham guy so we can have a throw-in on the far right. Reset here. Giving us Sidemen updates. You know you're British when. Oh, it's a barbecue feast. They do barbecue over there? They can't. They don't have an American cooking it, then I don't know that you can call it a barbecue, right? A real barbecue. Chili prawns. What? Just around the bar cooking, phone and computer up. Don't bother me. I'm trying to cook the food. Barbecue in the Canadians honor. There you go. Slice ahead by Rotherham goes way long and out of play. Arthur is going to have a goal kick here. Yeah, I'm sure that they didn't have their stuff in a smoker or buried in a beach for 20 hours before the barbecue. Rodriguez chips it wide. Oh, maybe way too hard, Rodriguez. Come on. He had Revan wide and looks like Lee out on that side. They might have been in a good position to do something with it, but Rodriguez entirely too strong. One hopped it right out of bounds. Revan never had a chance. Yeah. Rodriguez tries to steal the ball, gets taken down. Wow. It's kind of a soft call. Rodriguez and Bazua. I know I'm butchering his name. We're fighting for the ball, trying to box each other out, and apparently they thought he fouled Rodriguez. I just thought that's good physical play. Oh, so they do have some good barbecue over there. John Olson saying, "Here comes TOC with the play in. Very good spot. We can't do anything with it. EOC keeps it in. Max is trying to keep it in now. He's fighting 2 guys on him, doing the best he can. Chips it over towards the keeper. I don't know how he did that. He's fighting off 2 guys and still chips it at goal from an impossible angle, except there was no one there for Wrexham. It goes right to the keeper." RKO filling in for W and G with all the relevant football scores. Anything else going on? I'm going to look at the scores coming in. Oh, yes, Posh. Woo! What? No one said anything? Oh, maybe you guys said it earlier on. I totally missed it. I look over. Posh is up 1-0 on Wickham. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything aloud, but that's huge. Here comes Rotherham, cross in, gets easily knocked away by Max. He had that covered. Defense was in really good position there. Although it was in a threatening place, I think we had that covered. Bristol Rovers 1-0 over Huddersfield. It's going to be a throw-in here by James for Rotherham. Deep in our zone. There it is. Towards the box, gets headed out. Longman can't get to it. Rodriguez finally gets out there for help. Here's another cross. Rathbone again, and then a shitty clearance by Revan. I mean, maybe the sun's in his eyes, but that was garbage. Yeah, so Bristol Rovers up 1. Here comes another throw in. Rodriguez heads the ball out. Rotherham able to still contain it. They chip it up. Another fight for the ball. Smith's trying to get there. Ball bounces out. So it's going to be Rotherham's throw in closer towards the midfield line. Here's a header. Lee's trying to intercept. He has it. He kicks it over to Revan on the far side. He's got a defender on him, and he's going to swing it back around to TOC. Try to let some of Wrexham get forward. Long pass down, hits Smith. Smith over to Revan. Great, nice play. Revan's double teamed and gives up the ball. He's got to do something with it quicker. He can't waste time there and dance around with it until they double team him. Ball gets knocked back out. Rotherham's going to be throwing it in again. Yeah, so what are we looking at? The only games with scores in it, Northampton 1-0 over Leyton Orient. Posh up 1-0 over Wickham, which is great. Bristol Rovers up 1-0 over Huddersfield. That's very good. Ball's being knocked around at midfield. Gets over to Max. Plays it to Longman. Longman's going to play it back to Arthur. That always worries me. Arthur boots it deep down the middle. Ball being knocked around again. Posh recovers. They're going to reset. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about us not being able to take this exact squad and go into the championship and survive. I mean, that's what the summer transfer window's for, right? And then if we were to make it to the championship, it's about just surviving, right? Like, you just have to be better than the worst 3 or 4 teams. And I think we got We got some talent. You don't have to swap out the whole team to be championship ready. So yeah, it's just being smart, being aggressive, which we don't do either one of those quickly. But if we could do that, if we got the promotion, then I think we could hang on at the bottom of the table. Any more scores? Nope. Everything's 0-0 except for the 3 games I mentioned before. Not much going on. Ball's going back and forth. Neither team's really stringing together much of anything. You know, they might get a couple passes to each other, but they're not being threatening. They don't. No one's really settling the ball and making anything happen. Hopefully, David Wood is reverse jinxing us. If he says it aloud, then it won't happen. That no negativity, Julia. Come on. Throw in that goes long. EOC does a great job boxing out. Ball rolls out, and Arthur will now have a kick. EOC's yelling at Longman to stay closer to the box. Wondering if that's because he doesn't trust Arthur's goal kicks. Ball goes down the right side over to Revan to Lee. He's trying to circle back. He gets double teamed. Looks like their plan is to definitely attack at the midfield and double team anything wide. That has just absolutely shut down our opportunities. We really haven't been able to get much going. The only things that have happened is hoofball and one keeper's coming all the way up for a free kick. One time where we broke out from the back. I think we're going to have to see EOC or one of the defenders carry the ball up into the midfield before they cross to see anything productive. Max in a wrestling match with a big faker for Rotherham. Rolling around, checking out the turf. Pretending he has a boo-boo. Bolton, W&G with the quick information saying Bolton is now up 1-0 on Burton. Definitely thought Bolton was going to, all year long, I thought they were going to eventually make their way back into the playoff hunt. Comes another goal kick by Arthur. 2 headers, Revan with the ball just inside the box, 3 guys on him, blasts away with his left foot over the goal. I don't know that he could have got it across. I don't know that he could have got much better than him just taking a shot from there. He had 3 on him. Not a lot of opportunities. Even if he tried to play the ball back, they were covering Lee if he tried to bring the ball back. You know, for me, crapping on their defense early on, they have a lot of bodies. They're fast on the back line, and they're not playing one-on-one. They're making you beat them. They're quickly double teaming. We just have to play better. We have to be better. We have to have players ready so that someone can pass right away. So we're going to have to get more bodies forward. Lee with the ball over to Rathbone. He's trying to carry it towards Longman. He's double teamed. Matty James comes up. There's no way. There's no way. They both kick the ball at the same time, and the Rotherham player dives, and you're going to give him the free kick? Why? What? Did he not even ever touch him? Never touched him. Holy shite. Ref's missing a good game. Here comes a free kick. Players lining up just outside the box. A lot of pushing going on. Ref's not calling anything. There we go. EOC gets pushed over. Same guy. It's wrestling on the ball's free. Rotherham's trying to get it. Gets out to just outside the box. EOC frees up Smith. Smith's bombing down the left. Chips it over, hoping Longman can get there. He does. He's got one guy on him. I think that's James. James, a very good defender. Longman cuts inside, blasts away with his left foot. I don't know. He hits it out towards the corner. He's a lefty, right? Am I wrong? Isn't he a lefty? What is that? How does a quality player get that on their left foot just outside the box and be closer to hitting the corner than getting anywhere near the goal? It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, this is your job. This is what you do. You're good at it. How do you miss by that much? If I was a professional NBA player, I'm not dribbling down and missing the backboard, rim, and net on a layup by myself. So can't you just kick it in the vicinity of the goal? Wrexham looks a little bit more alive here, guys. I mean, apparently we don't know where the goal is, but we look like we're going to keep it in their end for a bit here. Ball's thrown in. Lee kicks it back to EOC. He's going to swing it around over to Max. Rotherham's pressuring. Ball's over to Longman. Brings it into the middle. Drags it all the way across. He's double teamed. James with the ball now. He kicks it ahead. Tries to get the ball to Smith. Smith has it in the middle. Oh, sorry, Rodriguez. Over to Revan. Revan boots it to... Oh, that was so close. I keep mistaking Smith and Rodriguez for each other at this distance. Sorry, guys. Smith had it in the middle, played it out to Revan. Revan tried to lead Smith, and Smith was less than a meter from putting a foot on that. And the ball still almost got over to Rodriguez. Not a bad play by Revan. Smith was upset, that it wasn't on his foot, but at least he did what I said, which is the second you get the ball, you're going to get double teams. You're not going to have plenty of time. You got to play that right away. And it was like a quick give and go. And that's what we're going to need if we're going to score here. Ball's getting knocked around deep. Wrestling match in the box. Rotherham almost gets it. Revan has it, tries to clear it. Ball gets chipped up in the air and out of bounds. Be a throw in for Wrexham. Fair point, Dance Nation. If players are supposed to be producing based on their, the salaries and what we paid to get them, you'd think Smith would have more goals. Wow, Rathbone just got fouled. I do think Smith is threatening. I do think he's more productive and more threatening than what we've had up there most of the year, except when Marriott was clicking early on. Ball's over to Rathbone and a nice play with Rodriguez. He's going to chip it ahead, slices it, and it's just a little too far for Smith. Revan gets it. He tries to play it in there. Oh, we got pushed in the box. No call on Rodriguez. Rotherham's able to clear it out. Ball gets knocked back. It's going to be 2-on-2, and they have a guy streaking down the left side. TOC tries to hold him up. Does long enough. Player flops from the ball. Somehow comes away with it. Blasts it. Wide left. Wow. I think they're giving him the corner. No play. That was a strong play by who is that for Rotherham? It's going to be a goal kick here. Honduras in the house. Nice to see you. W&G with the score. Exeter now up. I don't know why guys aren't just getting on the ground, taking that ball, and the player out. Here's a cross in, right at Arthur. He catches it, does not bobble it, which is nice. Very us, late to the game. What'd you miss? You've missed a poor game to watch. Wrexham's now starting to pick up the pace, chip away at it. There's Smith now with the ball. He's giving piggyback rides at midfield if anyone wants one. Ref notices that, blows the whistle. We get a free kick. It's a foul by Humphreys there. Ball's ahead to Rodriguez. Springs free. He's able to keep it in on the long ball. Did they call it out? They called it offsides. Wow, late call. Did they call it offsides or did they call it out of bounds? Hoofball might have almost worked there. We got a shoe tying session to stall. Rotherham feels the momentum for Wrexham and doing what they can to cut into that. Goal kick for Rotherham. They boot it long. Good header by EOC. Ball gets knocked back in. Not great defense. Rotherham gets it, but gets stolen by Lee. Passes it up. Rodriguez gets fouled. Are they calling it? They are. I think that's Rodriguez over there. Is it James? I can't tell. Smith. Was it Smith? Boy, my eyesight's garbage. For whatever reason, it's that my picture doesn't seem very clear on the far half of the pitch. It's not clear enough for me to be able to tell who's who. Rotherham with the ball. We're pressuring. They're trying to carry it out from the back. Here they come. They're swinging it around. Ball's at midfield. Shaun's trying to get his favorite song going. Shaun can't get enough of the Welsh fluffy sheep. Throw in here at midfield. TFC throwing it in. Ball's in. It's to Rathbone. Swings it around to Max. Max over to Longman. Longman leads Max. He comes down the right side. Deep cross. Too far. It's not his thing to blast away at it. Somehow Revan keeps it in. Here's the ball short to Rodriguez. Tries to get cute and back-footed to Smith. Unable to connect there. Lee with the ball. He goes to the ground. They steal it from him. Reverend steals it back but gives him the ball. They're going to cycle it back to the keeper who blasts it downfield. You think Max has not looked great today? I don't know. Rathbone gets clattered into. Ref's going to give him the ball. I don't know. I would say that. I mean, maybe, but I'm not expecting Max to do a give and go at midfield, beat his guy and the defenders, go rushing down the right side at full speed and absolutely nail a cross like he's Barney or Longman, right? Like, those aren't my expectations. But as free as he got opened, I always love when our defenders make that run. It's usually unexpected and it's usually fruitful at breaking down the D. Nombe. I didn't look at any of the Rotherham players lineup there. Throw in by TOC. Rodriguez hustling to try to make something happen. Keeper blasts away again. Ball's back to Revan. Let's see how he handles it. Another garbage header. What is he doing today? Hopefully McLean's hip is okay. I'd love that to be the sub at the moment. Ball's knocked wide. Lee loses it. He hasn't been looking great today. Rotherham charging ahead. They knock it wide. Longman's too far forward. He's now getting back. Rathbone's helping him out. Our defense is a little all over the place. We're resetting. Player goes down for Rotherham on the pitch when he tries to swing it around. Ball's on the far right side for them. They cross it. Ball squeaks through somehow. Max is able to get there and not blast it out to midfield where Smith is. Lee tries to challenge, gets nowhere. Throw in on the far right side for them. Fighting for the ball. Rotherham, Reverend gets it. Gives it back to them. Now Rotherham coming just outside the box. They try to sneak in. They're unable to. We got numbers going the other way. Ball goes wide to Longman. Rathbone's trying to give him an option on the right. He goes to the left with Smith. Smith blasts with his left foot right at the keeper. Strong shot, though. Good, decent challenge. Finally got one on target. Thank you. Wow, we had a lot of options there. I don't know if, Smith's supposedly the more deadly player there, and he had a good opportunity, but Rathbone was so open on the right. But they got a good chance, right? Like, you're not going to score everything, but wow, that was really good. When we had that many numbers going forward, we finally had enough options to make something happen. Lee now with the ball. He's waiting for players to get forward. Gives it to Revan. He's being pressured on the wing. Revan's heading back with the ball. Swings it back over to EOC. Come on, carry it up. Carry it up. EOC to midfield. Chips it up. Tries to lead Longman. Don't know if he was onside or not. Rathbone comes up and steals the ball. Almost makes something happen. Longman was still off sides, unfortunately, because he had fallen to the ground. Wrestling match on the side of the field there. Ball ends up going to Wrexham. Yeah, we did leave ourselves open for the counter, but you got to take your shots, right? Well, would have liked Smith to put it anywhere but directly at the keeper in the middle of the goal there. I'm not saying that's a sitter, but I think he should have scored. I will say the defender went to ground as if he was in hockey trying to block a shot. So Smith had to get it off the ground, and he did that easily. Here comes a cross by Rotherham, right on point. Unbelievable save by Arthur. Kick save. That's what Arthur brings, the incredible saves. Ball was right on point. Unbelievable cross. We did not have that covered. I don't know who's to blame there, but ball was perfect. The Rotherham player tried to head it down to the player's right, but Arthur's left, and Arthur was able to kick save that. Tremendous reflexes there by Arthur. Saves us. Could easily be down 1-0, although Smith probably should have scored his. So missed opportunities by both teams here, or missed opportunity by us and great save by us. Max with the ball on the right. He tries to move forward, draw some players, gives Rathbone some space. Rathbone with a cross, low, hits Rodriguez in the feet, although it was deflected, so Rodriguez couldn't do much with it. He's upset at himself, I think. Gets himself back on side. We're pressuring the ball. Wow, looks like they're giving it to Rotherham at midfield in the throw-in. Guys did not tell me my scoreboard is out of whack again. Or maybe you didn't. I didn't see it. What do we got? Any other score updates on any of the crucial games? Nope. Everything's still good. D'Andra's going to work on de-stressing. You and I don't have that dial that goes down on the stress button on the stress dial there, D'Andra. Interesting wrestling match there. They give us the ball. Paul seems to think that if you get someone in a full Nelson, pick them up and throw them to the ground, that's reasonable. Ball's being kept in. Here comes Longman. Beats his man. He gets double teamed at the moment. He gets it over to Max, who's way forward. This is dangerous. Now Rotherham with a counter. They're going down that left side. We only get 2 defenders back. James is doing what he can to slow this up. It's not in a good place. He gets beat. This is very threatening. And what a waste by Rotherham. They had the numbers, enough numbers and spacing to make something happen. Rotherham player takes it to the middle. He's about, 23, 24 yards out, and meters out, and he just blasts it up into the stands. I mean, he was several meters high. It wasn't even close, not even slightly threatening. Garbage shot by them. Looks similar to the garbage shot Longman took if he had pointed towards the corner and did that. Longman keeps the ball moving ahead. Rotherham's intercepts, balls back and forth, and now we get it. Ball's out to Rodriguez, over to Longman. Hope he's onside. He crosses awful cross, not anywhere near Smith, right at the keeper. No one was going to be able to get to that. He wasn't so pressured that he had to rush this and put this bad of a shot on it. I mean, I guess in his defense, he hit that with his right foot, and he's a lefty. So you can't expect brilliance every time on that cross. But that's, again, why I don't want him on that side. I want Barney in the game there, and maybe he gets it over to Smith and makes something happen. Arthur with the ball. They play hoofball again, which they've been testing several times. They haven't been able to get anything successful out of that. Their accuracy with the long ball is garbage. They went right to Arthur, and he picked it up and clears it out with a kick now. Lee with the ball at midfield, goes softly to the ground. I mean, there's no need to do the Paul Mullen flopping crap, Lee. Just stay on your feet. Rotherham's got it. They're swinging around. They get it deep down the left. Max plays that well, knocks it back to midfield. Stevenage up 1-0 over Mansfield. Thank you, W&G. Little give and go action, but we figured that one out. Rathbone does a great job to pick it off. Ball goes to Smith, then Lee. Lee over to Revan. Revan's wide, trying to make a move. Gets double team, balls back to Lee. He tries to cross it in. It was a garbage cross, super low, right at a guy. Easily played out. They try to counter with another long hoof ball. Their hoof ball is inaccurate again by a lot. Max tries to carry it forward, does get it to Longman. Longman back to Max. Max plays it back for Longman. Longman's got it on his right foot, unfortunately. Cuts it back to his left where it needs to be, and he flops in the zone. Max comes forward, blasts away, blasts again, got deflected twice. Longman with it, plays it back to Rathbone. What's Rathbone going to do? A lot of guys over to cross it to. He does. Ball's a little low. James intercepts, blasts away, makes the keeper dive for it. Keeper makes a really nice diving save. Don't know if James had a little bit more on it, if he could have snuck it in there. Maybe if it was high, but it was tailing away from the keeper. Good movement on the ball. I think some of the Wrexham players were offsides. They were. So crossing it in to them at that point was probably dangerous. That blast by James from just outside the box was the way to go. We have a corner, TOC over the ball at the moment. There it is. Nice corner. Oh, they're able to head it away. Good positioning on that ball. James tries to box out his man, gets the throw in, throws it in deep to Rathbone. Rathbone's on the far side with the ball, swings it back around to James. James chops it up high, tries to see what can happen. Smith trying to make something happen. Oh, flop in the box. Come on. I don't understand instead of me playing soccer, I just will dive on the ball. I just don't get it. Two nothing Northampton over Leyton Orient. That's interesting. Thanks, Darlene G. Most of the other scores are still the same. Bunch of 1-0s and nothings. Goal kick for Rotherham. They blasted out just over midfield. Ball's being knocked around. Rotherham has it. They swing it over to the other side. Comes across by James. TOC with a good header out to Lee. He's being held. Good call. Didn't need it. Oh, James is talking shit. He's going to get a card. Yeah, TOC's about ready to head the ball, and he grabs both arms. He loves that full Nelson. Ball's ahead to Smith. Great pass. Was that Max with the ball? He was triple teamed. He had no help. They're saying that he knocked it out, so Rotherham's going to have a throw-in. They're trying to spring Smith. He's fast, and it was a tremendous pass, but time ends for the half, so we don't get to make much out of that. I'm going to just reset the clock here, so I'm ready to go in the second half. Oh. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? I think in the second portion of that, from about the 20-minute on, Wrexham looked a lot better. We started to make things happen. Obviously, we didn't look perfect. We could have been better with some of our chances. A lot of mishits by people. Definitely need to do better. If both wing backs were subbed out, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Lee hasn't looked great, but I don't know that you put Evans in unless you think you can move James forward a little bit more. He's been more active. He's looked decent, in my opinion. Yeah, we had 10 good minutes maybe out there. Yeah, Woody worried that a scrappy game is going to favor Wrexham. Wouldn't you like that to be your team's identity? That, you muck the game up and that you're just the tougher, stronger-willed team, and you can gut it out and turn a scrappy game into a win. That's what it felt like the past couple of years with Wrexham, and I just wonder if it was more or less just we had more talent and it felt like we were keeping at it and everything, but we had so much talent on the bench too that teams couldn't make worthwhile subs and we could, and that would mean we were fresher and able to do more late in the game, and that's why we won so many late games. Feels like that was what was happening. Musk the game up. I said muck, M-U-C-K. Muck it up, like in the grime and dirt and muck. Yeah. They're showing the stats. I mean, numbers are pretty, like we have 24 clearances. Can you believe that? They have 4. That means the ball was just in our end way too much. 70% on our accuracy of passing. That's decent. 64% in the final third. I don't think so there. Fouls committed. They had 11 fouls committed. We had 4. We had 10 fouls. 1. Obviously, no yellows, no reds. Freudian slip. Don't say Musk. You know, you're going to get Shaun all riled up. Can't say Trump, Musk, or the United States. You'll ruin his vacation. Hopefully, Shaun's making some great food there. And then he can slide on his toque and bring us some luck and put us over the top here in this game. I'm rooting for 2 in the second half. Hopefully, it's a 2-0 victory by us. I feel like they're inevitably going to get a goal, so maybe a 2-1. But the players coming out of the halftime better act like they have a fire lit under their ass, because I'm hoping Parkey goes to some subs early to make something happen here. Just showing some of the plays from the first half on Paramount. Okay, so I mean, I've had the scoreboard going, so I don't need to do it, but I will. I'll go to the table, and you can see stuff moving around here. Wickham down, which is good. If it was to stay like this and we get a draw, we creep 1 point closer. But how upsetting would it be if Wickham was to fall today and we do not get the 3 points at home against Rotherham? That would be tragic. We need this. We need to dig deep, get this. Hopefully, the score holds in the Wickham game. Who's going to score for Wrexham? That's a good question. I don't have any new videos. Shaun hasn't posted anything since he was at the last game. I did show most of them. Excuse me. So I don't know that I'm going to bring those up again. He did have to send them through Facebook to me, so that's where I played them from. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of videos on Discord. If you went to the Discord, I think you put up a couple. Strange Realities trying to get Rodriguez going, thinking that he might get the goal coming out of the half here. That would be good. Michael Smith, echoing my tragic. Either he's taunting me or he's agreeing with me. I'll accept either one. Santiago, nice to see you, sir. Yeah, I'm going to toque it up. I'm going to wait a little bit. Angry Bird myself, since I don't have a toque. I don't have a proper Wrexham toque. It's going to be next on my purchases. Although I would have loved the caramel or strawberry swirl warm-ups, or the warm-up that Shaun got. All of those are great, aren't they? Much better merch this year. They're doing so much better than previous couple of years. Hopefully they'll continue good decisions on the merch front, and I'll keep supporting the team that way, definitely. All right, what else do we have? Do I have anything? Any refresh here? Pictures? They just have a 0-0 at halftime showing Revan picture here. Another play by Revan. Apparently, the Wrexham photographer was replaced by Revan's mother. All the pictures are him. Oh, there we go. Interesting play. This is a high quality picture. I like this. Smith over the ball here. Good stuff. Bring up the scores in the little Sky One table that they're showing. Strange Realities thinking Fletcher Cleworth will get a score today. Yeah, again, I'm hoping for Rodriguez or Marriott. I think both would help those guys out, get them in a good mindset. I don't know about you, but I think obviously if you're not scoring and that's your job, you're going to start to feel pressure, and that can impact your play negatively. So I would love to see Rodriguez get his first in a Wrexham uniform, so he maybe can settle in and feel less pressure about that. And you really want Marriott to feel like he's back, right? Yeah, RKO, like I said before, we can't miss this opportunity. Here's an opportunity. We're down. We can jump ahead of them in the table with today with a win and their loss. Was definitely not expecting a loss out of Wickham, and now that that's in play, at the worst, Pasha getting a draw, it obviously still benefits us considerably. This is, I would say, Pasha's on the edge of one of those teams that Wickham has to face that's dangerous enough to potentially beat them. So this would be quite helpful. Obviously, it's not like a shocker. They're not playing. This isn't one of the teams at the very bottom of the table, right? That doesn't have any threats. Posh can play. So it's working well for us today. And the keeping Huddersfield at bay is very good. Bristol Rovers, not expecting them to do that job, and they are, which is really good. Burton's keeping the game close with Bolton. Bolton's been pretty hot last 5 games or so. I mean, I guess I didn't look at how many wins and losses. It just feels like they've been playing a lot better. So to have them only up 1 is, I think, good. Maybe Bolton gets a late goal and draws that one back. We already had a really good outcome today with Stockport Charlton. That's probably the best that could have happened there, right? Both of those teams are right next to each other in points-wise, and you really didn't want either one of them to get 3. So them both dropping points was really good. Sorry about that. The iFollow feed drops off every once in a while. It's doing its favorite thing, telling me I now have to buy it. Once you refresh your screen. Yeah. All right, I got it all back. Andy, nice to see you in the chat, sir. Does great work in our Discord, giving us all the good stats and information. Is it 3rd place on goal difference? Let me see. Right now, we're 1 point behind. If we score a goal, that would add 2 points. That means we're 68. So if Wickham loses and we win, we do go into 2nd. So we can do better, If you're saying that you don't believe we will, you believe that the Wickham will draw even, and then maybe we win, and then we would be tied and we would be behind in goal difference. I get that. I'm going to hope for the best. I think it's definitely doable, and Rotherham's a team we should be beating. So yeah, I wouldn't mind a few more corners and stuff and try to score off a set piece. Teams are not out yet. I do find that interesting that they are out here on Paramount. I find it interesting that they don't come out and warm up at half. They just kind of come bombing out of the locker room and then out onto the pitch, and moments later they're starting. I find that interesting. I mean, at least like in basketball and stuff, you come out and you kind of warm back up again. You need to get that touch. Maybe it's not. I guess it's not as necessary in football. So they use every minute of rest they can get. Let's see. At least on the Paramount game, we're over the ball. We're heading towards the side that I think we do better at, heading towards the tech-in. Ball is now in play. Boom. TOC knocks it ahead down the middle. Oh, Rodriguez just gets leveled. I think that was James. Mark that guy, Rodriguez. You owe him one. Hopefully, Parky had some strong words at halftime. I agree with you, Andy. Ball's knocked out. Wrexham's going to get a throw in. Rotherham gets the ball. They're charging down. They swing it wide. TOC's over there. Ball goes out. Wrexham with the throw in. So the Paramount feed is about 6 or so seconds ahead of my iFollow, although I know everyone gets different iFollow times. So hopefully you have a more recent iFollow than I do. Rathbone with a good steal. Is it me, or does he seem like by far the most productive in the midfield? Always nipping balls, rushing forward, making something happen. Just really stands out. Rotherham with the throw-in. Revan gets over, plays the ball out, gives him a corner. Again, would have liked him to do a little better there. Keith bestowing knowledge on me that there's a lot of strategic changes and information being dispersed at that halftime break, in that they're probably in there getting all of that direction during the half, and that's why they don't come out early. So thank you for that. Good to know. Makes sense, too. Here comes the cross, really deep and way, way, way past the goal by, I don't know, 4 or 5 meters and out. So we're going to get a goal kick. Oh, am I giving you a live feed? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Em. I was doing the naughty thing. I didn't realize I was. Wasn't on purpose. Yeah, I know. I'm going to get Shaun in trouble. He's probably having a heart attack. And now I miss a goal. I absolutely screwed that up. They got a breakaway by Smith. There's a goal. I need to screw up more often, I guess. It's a long hoof ball. Rodriguez, beautiful header. Smith gets out ahead. Keeper couldn't do much of anything. Perfect timing. Keeper does come all the way out, almost gets a foot on it, but Smith's able to quickly tap it before he gets there. Yeah, do that again. I'm gonna credit my screw ups for Wrexham's success. Well, that was early in this first half. Hopefully we can ride some momentum here, and then even if it starts to dull down, we can put in some subs and maintain. What are you doing, TOC? TOC's jostling, playing defense, and he pulls a guy down. You can't be doing that. He's just outside the box, I guess, but still. Like, Willis wasn't going to do anything there. You had guys coming. Be smart. I don't know. Arthur's in the sun. I hope this isn't something challenging for him with the – I think they're going to try to bend it around the wall, I think, from this spot. There's plenty of room between Rathbone and the wall. I'd be trying to bend it to the right of Arthur. Let's see what happens. They do try to bend it. Lee's in a good spot. He heads it away and ends up going out of bounds. That worked out pretty good for us, thank goodness. Yeah, everyone crapping on Rodriguez. He's as much to credit for that goal as well as the perfectly timed run. And wasn't like the finish was difficult, but Smith managed it well. The skill was in the perfectly timed run and perfect header by Rodriguez. So both guys deserve a lot of credit there. Ball swung wide for Rotherham. They get it inside the box. They try to make a cheeky play. Sliding, it does not happen. Ball gets swung around, blasted away, deflected. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a corner, I think. No, what are they calling? Goal kick. Yeah. McWilliams is like, ref, you totally missed that. Yeah, pretty sure that was us. Yeah, I thought that was TOC's hip that it went off of, but apparently I'm wrong. Thank you, Lee, and your not oversized head for blocking that ball, says Vince. Oh, no, he didn't say oversized head. I added that. Ball gets thrown in rather than bringing it up the right side. Trying to make a run. TOC gets it, kicks it out to midfield. Again, a little pull. Here comes Lee. Lee intercepts. So Rodriguez tried to get it to Smith, who tried to make a break. They unable to connect. Then Lee almost gets a chance at doing the same thing. Rotherham kind of gets lucky and prevents both of those passes from getting to Smith, who would have been wide open on the left in a dangerous position. Smith now has the ball deep on the left side. Defender doesn't allow him to do anything with it and immediately hustles over and knocks it out. Ball's thrown in. Revin with it. He's double teams. Better do something quick. Gets it to Lee. Lee swings it back around to TOC. Looking for somebody to give it to. There's nobody. He has to go all the way back to EOC. Gets swung over to Max. Max now getting some pressure. Tries to get it over to Longman. He does. Hard touch by Longman. Now he's having to drag it back. Gives it to Max. Max doesn't have anywhere to go. Does get it to, oh my goodness, is he getting, they playing advantage? Yeah, they are. Revin with the ball. He's got to play it back. Tries to cross. Couple players there. Nothing happens. Rathbone almost gets there, though. They call a foul because Rathbone takes out one of the defenders. That's okay. We owed him. Rodriguez, I think I would have liked that free kick for Rodriguez where he got taken down and the ref decided to play advantage there. That would have been in an interesting spot. Header by EOC. Ball goes back out to midfield. Rotherham with the ball. They kick it down. Gets deflected. Dangerous position. Oh, wow. He flops. TOC gets near him. That same player flops again because that's what he does. He's flopped how many times today? 4? He should have his own flop counter. Free kick here. Looks like they're going to go with an in-swinger. They do. Ball's headed out. Bad play by Longman. Ball's back in. Dangerous position. They try to cross, boot it right at Arthur. That was horrible by Longman. Maybe he had the sun in his eyes, but still absolute garbage. I think we tried to play it out smart. I don't know. Referee has a flag up. The camera angles are garbage, so I didn't get to see what happened there. Maybe someone can put it in the chat. Arthur resets it, kicks it over to Max, who plays it down the right side. Tries to spring Longman, and Smith ends up hitting Smith in the back. Slight misjudgment there. Good kick, though. Rotherham on the counter. They blasted ahead. Ball kicked to the flopper. He didn't know what to do with it because he's too busy flopping. Wilkes, that's who it is. Yes. Rooting for Barney to come in sooner rather than later. We're at the 55th minute mark. There's no way Parky's putting anyone in at this time. Longman kicks the ball. They're going to call dangerous kick. I don't think Longman touches the Rotherham player, but that's irrelevant. I mean, if they fall on the ground, then they get the call. So not exactly sure what the ref's doing. He's seeing who's the better faker. James is going, I'm faking pretty good. Is anyone else on the ground faking? He looks over, spots a Wrexham player, then hams it up more. Oh, geez. He didn't get kicked or anything. When Longman's hand touched James in the face, and he looks like he got slashed with a machete. Longman decides to outweight him and lay on the ground longer than James, and now what's the ref going to do? He's going to say both guys flopped a really long time, so it's going to be a jump ball. What is he doing here? No, is he giving it to Rotherham? Oh, we didn't score again. I hit 2. I got really excited and clicked on it. Clicked on the scoreboard. Yes, we're 1-0, not 2-0. Maybe I'm foreshadowing a goal. Thank you for keeping me honest, N and W. Finally does give the ball after long debate there, I guess, with the players to Rotherham. They goal kick it in. Rotherham's trying to make something happen here in our half. Ball gets wide. Here comes a cross. Gets knocked down by TOC. Lee with the ball. He tries to get it to Smith. He does. Back to Rodriguez. Now to Lee sprinting down the left side. Got to get some more players forward. There goes Revan ahead of him. Now Lee's pushing forward. Stops. Pulls it back. Lets some more players go up. We're looking for Lee. Gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with the ball. Back to crappy pass. Does not get to anybody. Rotherham steals it. James almost steals it. And I don't know, super, super late because Rotherham's rolling around on the ground as they do. The ball gets brought all the way back. I know, Kim. Sorry. I'm trying to watch the game. I have a job to do. What am I doing enjoying the game? Not paying attention to my scoreboard duties. Long hoofball down. Rotherham is able to get a piece of it. They kick it ahead. Jeez, Arthur, come on. Arthur plays the high ball, but instead of catching it, he taps it down. Maybe he's worried that he was going to fall into the net, so he bats it down in front of the goal instead of catching it and falling into the goal, I guess. Here comes Rodriguez. He's going to break free. It's a wrestling match. A player dives, and they call it. Of course they call. Absolute horse shit. If a Rotherham player is touching a Wrexham player, all they have to do is just fall to the ground. It's an automatic call. He's literally feeling up Rodriguez. He's checked all his he checked his Franken beans every which way possible during that play. Goal kick for them. Come on, get to that, Revan. Get there. Revan gets to the ball. Thank goodness they had two Rotherham players, except he ends up, ball gets knocked out, so he's going to have to throw it in. TOC's going to take it. Chip ahead by Revan. Not a bad play. Almost frees Smith. Pretty close there. Here's the ball. Smith has it. Trying to make something happen. A little bit of a hard touch there. Gets ahead of him. Tries to get it to Lee. Blasts it off of a wall of players. Lee's kind of in a scrum of players. Rotherham comes out with it. Knocks it ahead. Got that covered. Max does a great job. Shuts all that down. Oh, it was EOC. My bad. It was over where Max typically is on that far right side. Yeah, if they're going to call all those flops, although it's almost like they don't like Mullen. Even when Mullen gets fouled, they just know him as a flopper, so they don't give him anything. Although that Wilkes guy, I mean, that's all he's done. He's touched the ball twice while on his feet. So, I mean, if he isn't labeled a flopper, he should be. 61st minute here, throw in for Rotherham on the in Wrexham's end on the far left side. The 2-0 spoiler. I spoiled us. Oh, ball sneaks in. Not played well by Arthur. Played quite poorly by Arthur. Almost gives them a corner. Not really shaky. A little too shaky there. Play some hoofball. Lee's trying to win it. Gets pushed away. Rotherham knocks it out. I said 2-0 in the second half, at worst 2-1, so it's my wishful thinking still. EOC with the ball. Plays it up. Good pass to Smith. Tried to keep it in. Lee is watching a little too much over there, not doing anything. Loses the ball to Rotherham because they complain and get another call. Max is, you don't want me to accuse Max of being far right. Nice. I see what you did there. Keeper knocks it wide, tries to cross it in. Ball's in the edge of the box being knocked around. Longman gets to it, blasts it out towards midfield. Obviously nobody there because that's where he would be. Ball rolls out of bounds deep into Rotherham's end. And McLean screaming at one of the fourth ref. I don't know. Oh, he's yelling at him, you can't have tape on your wrists. McLean giving him the business. Thanks, ref, for firing up McLean before you put him in. This is great, though. We are going to get at the 65th minute. Fletcher and McLean coming in. Ball's back to the keeper. Palmer and Mullen are neither one's on the bench, Josh. No chance of them coming into the game. Yeah, McLean was really angry. The fourth ref would not allow him to have tape on his wrists. He screamed at the guy and tore the stuff off. I did see a Rotherham player after the game had started, at the beginning of the game, rip off the same tape and throw it on the ground. I don't know if he was spoken to. I'm guessing that's the case. Rodriguez out, Fletcher in. McLean coming in, waiting to see what that's about. Lee came out. There we go. Let's get a little Fletcher going. Wrexham with the steal. Smith's sprinting forward, ends up losing the ball. Rathbone wins it back, tries to get it to Fletcher, unable to. Rotherham with the counter. They have a lot of numbers moving forward. They're on the left side, just outside the box. They chip it across. Horrible, horrible play by them. Super deep. Yeah, he's screaming at himself, and he should be. Do I have a McLean one? Let me see. Play the McLean chair. Yeah, was that tape on his wrist, or is that just some kind of funky sleeve thing he has on? I'm not sure. Like, I'm guessing you can probably have a wristband or something to wipe your sweat, but I don't know if they're worried about the tape kind of scuffing up other players or something. I don't know. Maybe someone knows the rules. I agree with you. I don't know why Longman wasn't replaced. Does somebody is Barney a little dinged up? Do I not know? Bandage versus tape. Is that what it is? I'm not sure. It's obviously too far away for me to be able to tell what's going on. I mean, there are people with stuff on their wrists. Again, the question is, is it tape or is it sweatband or a bandage? Who knows? First action for McLean in a while. Ball's over to Longman. Tries to play it ahead to Smith. Ball's intercepted. Smith still pressuring. They try to knock it ahead to midfield. Good play by Rathbone. We fell down. We should get a call. It was James. Sorry, not Rathbone. We get a kick. Yay. We know how to fall to the ground too. Scoreboard's back. Thank you. Paying too much attention to watching the game. Got a lot of scores there. I don't know if W&G's been a large bird on the ground. Rathbone with the ball out the edge of the box, slips and falls. Good pass by McLean there. He, Fletcher, Smith, and Rathbone were all up there. Yeah, I want that 2-0 as well. It's a clear. I'm glad that we subbed early, at least some of them. Headed the ball back down. Looks like the keeper's going to get to it. Yeah, weird restriction. I agree with you. I don't understand what that was all about. McLean was certainly not happy about it. So I can't believe it's a standard that at least gets enforced regularly, because he was quite upset. Not that, you'd think James McLean doesn't need a lot to get upset, but still. A tariff on the wristbands. Ball's played out of bounds. Rotherham with the throw in Wrexham's end. What are we looking at? Peterborough is still up 1-0 on Wickham in the 66th minute. In the box, Rotherham with the ball. Comes free. EOC saves it after they nutmeg either TOC or Rathbone. Not sure who that was. Happened really quick. EOC comes over for the save there and knocks it out. So they're going to have a corner. Exeter up 2-0 over Shrewsbury. Stevenage 1-0 over Mansfield. Northampton 2-1 over Leighton. Here's the cross. It's deep. Ball's getting knocked around. Fletcher missed it. Very good save by Arthur. They were right about a meter away and blasted it at him. He's able to knock it down and out. So another good save by Arthur. Maybe you could say you wanted him to go get that. I don't know if he was boxed out, but looks like he's complaining maybe he was interfered with. Let's see. Yeah. You would have liked us to get to that. Way too dangerous there. Other scores, Bolton up 2-1 on Burton. So Burton did come back and score, but Bolton now has 2. 1 over Bristol Rovers over Huddersfield. Blackpool up 2-0 over Barnsley. That's not bad either. Here comes Evans on, surprisingly. And Birmingham Lincoln 0-0. Lincoln can be dangerous. Rathbone's lying on the ground. Physio's out. Didn't see what happened there. Not sure he's actually hurt. He's up. He's walking pretty decent. I'm not sure if they're taking him out or not. Does look like they took him out of the game. Rathbone leaves. Not happy to see Rathbone leaving at all. Probably the most productive player out there today. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. So does James stay back? Who's center mid defensively there? Is it Evans? Is it James? What do you guys think? Yeah, using tape to cover up items. I don't know that you would be able to tell that, right? Ball's knocked in. A little bit of a scramble in the box. Rotherham has it. McLean tries to make a good save. 2 guys go down. There's a kick. TOC blocks it. Ball gets knocked back out. It's on the edge of the box. McLean's back up. Reverend's over trying to stop that. Make sure he doesn't do anything that would allow the flopper to hit the ground and get a BS penalty shot, thank God. Except he has to play it out of bounds, and now they get a corner kick. Here comes the corner. They're going to make a rush towards the goal. Right at this time, Fletcher is able to head it away, even though he's pushed probably 5 or 6 feet off. Heads it long out the other side. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in in the corner for Rotherham. Blackpool up now 3-0 over Barnsley. Don't mind seeing Barnsley take a loss. They can be quite a dangerous team. Sharkey, not till the end of the game. Ball's in the center, header by Evans, and then it's played out by Revan. Rotherham gathers it. They're coming back again. Wrexham settled in. I'd like to see us pressure a little bit here. Ball's headed into the middle. TOC tries to blast. It goes off the face of Rotherham player and gets deflected back towards Arthur, who is able to gather the ball. Just watching the replay here. Oh, yeah. Right in the face. In the face. That's one I got to get. Ball's knocked back to little hoof ball. We're not able to connect with Fletcher. Keeper gets it for Rotherham. They play it out. Go down the right side. Someone pulled down Smith's pants. We now get to see what underwear he's wearing. Rotherham gets a throw in. McLean with it. Tries to play it off of a guy, gets pushed, no call. Fletcher gets run into, no call. Game's getting super physical now. And now the referee puts away the whistle, strangely. Rotherham carries it over the midfield, coming up close to the 75th minute here. Ball's played in. Good defense, and then Longman gets the ball and kicks it right out of bounds. You know, you got to keep it in, dude. No, stop being helpful. Here's Barney. Denise trying to pump up the Red Horde here, guys. I still have subs on. Jeez, I am doing awful today. I am not managing anything well. My mistakes before, we tried to credit that goal for it, so maybe my leaving the subs up will make a difference now. TOC intercepts. Balls to Evans. Evans to Smith. Smith to TOC. TOC's trying to break down the middle. Almost. Breaks free. Rotherham's defense is looking a little winded there. Now's the time to make something happen. I'm not going to read your comment, Kim. I'm not going to read your comment. There's a kick ahead by their keeper. They try the hoofball route again. We're able to intercept. Although our clearances are not connecting with anybody, and we just keep giving it right back to Rotherham. They're dominating the control of the game lately, and we really got to turn this around, guys. Rotherham with it. They're passing it around. Smith comes all the way back to help intercept. McLean just then knocks it right out of bounds. What are you doing? He tries to blame Revan. It's not his fault. Do better. Ball's being thrown in on the far side there by Rotherham. They're going to swing it back to midfield. Fletcher pressuring. Yeah, sub in for Brendan. There we go. Sub. Give me the lefty out of the box. Here's a cross in right at Arthur. Horrible. Never gave Rotherham player an opportunity there. Too deep. Arthur taking his time. 77th minute, 1-0 Wrexham. Is that one the worst game, Longman or Brendan? Oh, here's a play by Smith. Tries to cut it across. Is Fletcher going to be able to keep it in? He does. Gives it to McLean. Come on, McLean. How do you make a call from there? Who's making that call? They called that out? That must have been the linesman on the far side. Absolute bullshit. I don't know that you can see through the net and see that that's out, besides which certainly didn't look like it was. Revan plays it ahead. Longman. If I could do polls, I would, and I'm sure I'd be losing. I'd be voting that I need to be pulled. Here's a goal kick. Keeper's trying to bring it out. Again, he hoofs it really deep. Balls to TOC. Looking for more cowbell, huh? Did I do the cowbell command? I thought I did, right? There we go. There is a cowbell command. Ball's going to go. Revan has to play this. No, he doesn't. He boxes it out, gets trucked for his troubles. Good job. It'll be a goal kick for Arthur. He's going to waste as much time as possible. I had done the cowbell for, I think Steven had asked for it and David asked for it, and they're not here to fire it off. Here's Angel coming in to give us the late goal luck. Thank you, Angel. It was a goal kick by Arthur. And then he also wanted the truffle command. I did that, and he's not here to fire it off. So if anyone wants to truffle shuffle, they can exclamation point truffle and fire that off if they want. Cowbells are prohibited items in the EFL. Yeah, that in tape. Bad play by, not sure, was that TOC? I don't know what he was doing where he was, but EOC intercepts the ball. We're coming back. McLean tons of room on the left. Revan running with him. McLean cuts it back, gives it to Revan. What's Revan going to do? He slices it in, tries to get it to Fletcher. Fletcher to what looks like Longman, who was definitely offsides. I don't know if you guys are watching. I've seen him just sit offsides too many times. There's DeAndre with the truffle shuffle. Bells are worse than the squeaky bed frame. Is that Wrexham fans? Very quiet. I don't know what part of the stands they were pointing at, but you'd like to see a little bit more life out of them. I haven't turned the volume up. I don't know what the crowd's like there, if they're lively or not. Mansfield pulled even with Stevenage. Ball's headed around. Rotherham player doing what he does, just faking up a storm, rolling around on the ground. He's covering his eyes. Mascara must have run into his eyes or something. I don't know. He's looking around. Is the ref buying any of this? No, no one is. So the Rotherham player jumps up, turns away from the Wrexham player, and maybe as a part of his back, his lower back is touching a Wrexham player, he turns his head this way, covers his eyes, and acts as if he got hit in the head. At no point did he get touched from the lower part of his back up, and acted as if he got kicked in the head. Why is that BS allowed? Why can't you watch that in instant replay and go, this guy's garbage. This is the kind of stuff that slows up the game, ruins the game. There's no place in it. And you find the guy. Why doesn't that happen? They gives the ball back to Wrexham. I would have left them on the ground. They should just leave them on the ground next time. Unable to connect deep. Ball goes back to the keeper for Rotherham. He plays it in on the right side. Yeah, Rotherham's doing what they can to get us another whole half of extra time. Nice flop there. Of course, it pays off. Ref calls it because someone was near a Rotherham defender, so he just rolls around for the fun of it. Marcus, nice to see you showing up. What did you say? Yellows, yellows. How's your team doing today? What are you doing over here? You just tied up your game, didn't you? Isn't it 1-1? Let me see. Guys, you didn't yell at me. Maybe you yelled at me for the scoreboard. I wasn't doing it well. What is the Mansfield game? Yeah, it's 1-1. What are you doing here, Marcus? You should be rooting on your team. Ball's going to be a throw-in. Yeah, yeah. Team full of thespians, exactly. Throw in here by TOC immediately headed out. They use air horns more than cowbells. Yeah. Although they used to have a really good drummer. Is the drummer still up there, or is he not there this year? I haven't heard him as much. I used to see a lot of footage of that kid who'd always be working the drum all game. Reverend with the ball tries to get to Smith. Smith back to Reverend, tries to cross it. Tough cross at the speed he was going. He's getting pushed. He's unable to keep it in. It'll be a goal kick. Coming up on the 84th minute here, 1-0. Oh, you didn't get the game today. You're watching it on your laptop, Marcus. Okay. Double dipping here, watching two games at once. Mansfield was able to draw back even, right? Because they were down in that game, I believe, right? Stevenage was out to the 1-0 lead. Longman tries to play the ball ahead, isn't able to connect with Smith. Thinking subs right now for Wrexham. Kill a little bit more clock would be good. Reverend with some pretty good defense. Wilkes there tried to do his flop thing, but before he could, the ball slides by him and goes to TOC. We kick it ahead. We're going to be throwing it in. Odolphin. That's one thing Shaun's really good at, is knowing all the names of the players on the opposition teams, spotting their numbers and being able to call it the play-by-play with them. Here comes Marriott, just as we discussed. 5 minutes to go in regulation, coming in. Guessing Smith will be leaving. Ball's played ahead. Smith is running hard. Pressuring the ball. He knows he's going out. Might as well empty the tank. Here's Fletcher. Fletcher intercepts thanks to all the Smith hustle. Smith plays it back to Evans. Evans to Longman. He's double teamed. Gets it ahead. Ball's lost there. Keeper comes out, blasts it deep down the side. Revan's able to keep control of it, plays it up, does not find a Wrexham player. Ball goes all the way back. Keeper's way out. Blasts it deep down the middle. EOC's there for a header, does not find anyone. McLean's trying to pressure. Here's a chip ahead. Gets a little dicey. EOC's able to clear it deep down the left side and out of bounds. There'll be a throw-in. Finally now, the 86th minute. Marriott coming on, Smith going off, crowd giving him standing ovation. Yeah, only goal of the game by Smith. Forgot to put his little face up on the Wrexham thing. My bad. A little late to the game. No, Rodriguez is already out, John. I think he came in for Smith. Marriott came in for Smith. Unless you're saying that you want Marriott permanently in for Rodriguez in the starting lineup, if that's what you're intimating there. Yeah, Barnett's secretly hurt. That must be the case. Rotherham trying to spring free here, a little dangerous. We had enough defenders back to cover it, though. Ball's played long. Fletcher's fighting hard for it, though. Ball bounces over his head. He loses track of it, and the ball's taken back by Rotherham. They're going to push forward where we got plenty of guys back. McLean and Reverend are out on that wing. Ball's sent across. Not too dangerous. Bad header by Max. Keeps it in play. Evans gathers it, chips it ahead. Gives Fletcher a chance. He's not able to get there, though. Too many Rotherham players. Less than 2 minutes of regular time. Rotherham chips it over to the far right. McLean's on it. He's able to steal it, but not keep it in. 17 minutes of extra time. That's a good estimate from Kim. I'm thinking 7. Revan, ball's thrown in. He gets a piece of it. Marriott with the ball. Tries to nutmeg a player. Isn't able to. They squeeze by McLean, who rushes by the ball. He's trying to add some pressure here. Here comes a tough cross. Double team of McLean and Revan. Prevent that. Ball gets knocked out. Throw in here. Come on, linesman. Do your job. Make him come down where the ball went out. Any more than 4 minutes is sus, yeah. Throw in toward goal. Arthur fights his way there. Player was trying to box out Arthur, somehow complaining that Arthur was able to get to the ball. I don't know why. Maybe he's yelling at his own player for not a good throw-in. But Arthur did his job. He fought and got to the balls he's supposed to get to, and catches it and gets rid of any pressure. Ball's kicked away down the middle. Ball's being played around. Fletcher's unable to get it. Rotherham trying to come back. Ball's at midfield. Here it is. Ball's in on the right side. TOC's on his man. Reverend's over to help. Here comes an extra player up. He's going to chip it in towards goal. There's a good cross. Ball's headed up in the air. Arthur's able to get to it, dive, and hang on to it and not bobble it. Thank goodness. Goes to the ground to kill more time. Good defense. Who got their head on that? That was Evans. Great job by Evans there. He got clattered into. I think he would have done better with the header and got it out if he wasn't knocked into, but he was able to get it up where Arthur could go get it. Long hoof ball. Fletcher's fighting hard. Oh, big flop again by Rotherham, but they had the ball, so they play possession. Rotherham over midfield. Ball's played out to the right side again. McLean's over there. They try to cross in. TOC comes forward, knocks the ball away. Rotherham resets. Plus 6 minutes is the extra time. We're already a minute and a half into that, so 4.5 left. Yes, I can do math occasionally. Here comes a ball in, trying to cross it. TOC's on his man. Revan's on his. They're out wide, trying to find something. McLean's now has to come out on his man, tries to block it, gets deflected. Another header. Evans goes back and does a good job. Interesting, great play by a Rotherham player. He chips it over Max's head, then goes to blast at the ball. He has a shitty kick out of bounds. So, by the way, no one's within a yard of him. And so he just rolls on the ground as if, I don't know, an invisible guy hit him. And the ref doesn't call it. So, less than 4 minutes to go here. Arthur with a goal kick. Ball's blasted deep. The ball gets to Fletcher at his feet. Fletcher tries to spring Marriott. Marriott's grabbed, no call. Rotherham comes back the other way. They've got numbers. They're pushing back. Wrexham hustling back. Matty James is over on that side now. Here's a cross. Oh, interesting play. Max decides to play it and head it behind himself, and it'll go for a corner, I believe. This is probably going to be their last best chance here. We got a hold on this. Here comes the cross. It's a good cross out in middle. It's headed around by a Rotherham player, and he misses the goal. He had a great opportunity. He heads it. Holmes gets it on the right side. He heads it back across, kind of low. Arthur's nowhere near it. Evans had dropped back to try to also be in play there, but the ball is 2 yards at least wide. Wrexham fans, at least now in the tech end, are up cheering, clapping, loud as can be. Yeah, are we down a man? Andy calling it right. We look like we are, don't we? Marriott hustling to try to make something happen, and Rotherham player flops to the ground, and the linesman gives it to him. That guy's going to be sore from rolling around on the ground. It's not from Wrexham players bumping into him, that's for sure. Hold the door. We're in extra time in the Posh Wickham game. 1-0. Posh is still ahead. Rotherham with a chance here. They try to spring a guy. McLean out there double teaming. He and Revan. Great play. Two of them working well together on that side, shutting down Holmes. I hope that's not a corner, is it? It's a throw in from the deep corner, but not a corner, right? Yep, throw in from the deep corner. I don't know if he's going to try to launch it all the way into the box. Doesn't seem like the play. That's what he's going to do, though. Steps inbounds. They let him do it. Ball's headed up. A little dangerous. Headed again by Marriott. Not too productive. Headed up again. Fletcher takes out Marriott because he wants to make sure he gets the header. James gets the ball. He's going in the wrong direction. Rotherham steals it back. McLean comes in, clatters into the guy, steals the ball. They fake it. A flop doesn't work. Fletcher with the ball. Plays it to Marriott. Marriott's going to try to kill some time here. Ball gets stolen. McLean tries to mop it up. He's unable to. They're coming down the right side. 30 seconds left. McLean working his tail off. He's able to make a sliding tackle and knock it out. Ball's thrown in. Revan doesn't get a great hit on it. It's still in play on our side. Fletcher fighting hard. Headers it to McLean. As to Marriott. Back and forth between Fletcher and Marriott. And Rotherham steals it. Here's a cross. Dangerous. It's a little short. Rotherham's playing it. They try to play it on the edge. Ball goes out too deep. It's only a handful of seconds left. I'm guessing after Arthur finally puts this in play, the whistle will go. They tried to work down that left side. That McLean's substitution, I think, was pretty key for Lee. He was pushing way hard. There it is. There's the whistle. Huge win. Much needed. What else do we have? Full time in the Exeter game, 1-0. Bolton still up 2-1. Blackpool won 3-0 over Barnsley. Birmingham wins 1-0 over Lincoln. They're somewhere in extra time. That can't be right. Is it saying? Yeah. They're not saying how much extra time in the Wickham game. But they are losing at the moment. Yeah, Marcus, I saw your 1-1 tie there. Probably not the result you were looking for in that game. Scoreboard's still up. Yes, watching all the scores. Wickham half scored, you said? You're saying Wickham ties it? My scoreboard's behind? Tell me it's not so, guys. Please tell me you're teasing, right? Wrexham fans are cheering in the tech end. Wickham tied the game, according to FOTMob. Okay. I'll switch to that screen then. Last minute goal. It had to be an extra time, right? Yeah, it looks like they're about ready to update it in SofaScore. It still says 1-0 though. Wrexham fans cheering up a storm. I don't know. The sofa score is usually more updated than are some of the others. And the fact that it hasn't changed there has me hanging on with hope. I will jump to the oops. Sorry, I made the mistake of hitting the wrong button at the wrong time. My bad, guys. Once the mouse disappears like this, I have a hard time getting it to show back up. It's an interesting thing with the iFollow stream that it does. Oh, sorry about this, guys. Killing the end of the stream here. What are you guys getting for score? Keep it going in the chat while I try to work through this issue here. My apologies. There we go. Finally get it all working. League One, this is what I wanted to get to. All right, so still seeing that Wickham's down, guys. It does. It shows Wrexham ahead with the win and 1-0 for that. Yeah, and then you're right. SofaScore does finally make it 1-1. So, yeah, Wickham jumps back up on the League One table. And, yeah, we're tied on points and we're losing on goal differential. It was a gut-wrenching last-minute play by Wickham, I guess, to do that. But still a very good game. Definitely needed. Let me see if there are any good pictures on here we go. I can do the stats here and wrap it up after I've messed up everything else so far today. I'm okay with messing up as long as we win, right? Oh, that's the Huddersfield game. Idiot. I should just know when to quit, right? Showing some of the final plays. Trying to get Shaun in trouble here. Yes, Shaun's going to be at the Wickham game, toque in hand. They're showing the play where Smith breaks ahead on the header and knocks it past the keeper. It's a great play to watch. Get to see a little bit of the celebration. So, yes, Shaun, by the way, please say something in chat, or otherwise I'm going to have to message you. Can you put up the Cardiff women's game tomorrow so that we can do a Sunday show? That would be great. Did you get that, Shaun? The Cardiff game tomorrow in the U.S. For those watching, we have daylight savings time. So instead of it being a 9 a.m. East Coast, it will be a 10 a.m. East Coast game for the women tomorrow. Cardiff versus the Wrexham women. Shaun did not reply, so I guess I'm going to have to ping him offline here. Deandra and I will be ready. Hopefully we'll get Shaun to do that, and then you guys will see the game. Otherwise, Tuesday against Reading, I will be here for that. I also have to talk. Oh, Shaun's got it tonight. I'm also going to reach out to a couple of people because the movie watch along. I tried a couple of different services. I think I came up with something really good, something that everyone will enjoy, a good setup and everything. So I just want to run one more test, and then we could do it. I have to talk to Shaun, but we could do it as early as a week from Sunday. So a week from tomorrow, after the women's game, we might do the movie that night, but that night, day, whatever it is for you, wherever you are. And that will be A Princess Bride. So tomorrow, Wrexham women, followed by the men playing Reading on the Wednesday, and on Tuesday. And then what do we have after that? We have Wickham to worry about. That's Shaun's last game that he's going to be watching while he's there. So thank you all for joining. Sorry I was off my game today. Glad that you guys were there to keep me honest. Shaun's barbecue got me all hungry. I didn't eat any breakfast, and then hearing that he was cooking barbecue got me excited. I hope you all have a great rest of the weekend, and up the town. Oh, geez, I didn't even do a good follow-off. This is not my day, guys. Take it easy, Red Hood. Thanks for joining.